Hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to On Cash Flow, where I help you become a master of your own cash flow. Now let's get started. The short answer to pretty much the title of this video is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is a lot more scary than debt in most circumstances, or at least in many circumstances. And that's because over the long run, opportunity cost can be a lot more costly. So what is opportunity cost? Well, in my simple human brain understanding of it, in layman's terms as they like to say, opportunity cost is basically just what you give up whenever you make a decision, whenever you make a choice. Whatever else that you are giving up when you make that choice, that was your opportunity cost. So more specifically, it's almost like saying opportunity cost is everything that you didn't do. But more specifically, let's relate opportunity cost to finance, personal finance, investing, financial independence. Most of the time when we're referring to opportunity cost when it comes to our category, we're going to be talking about the lost opportunity that you could have gotten with your money, with your capital, what it could have grown to. So take for example, every time you hold money in cash, you are losing opportunity cost to what that money could have been if you had invested it. Every time you invest your money in bonds, you're losing opportunity cost to what it could have been if you invested it in stocks. Every time you invest your money in stocks, you're losing opportunity cost to what you could have invested it in, let's say, rental real estate. Every time you invest money in rental real estate, you're losing opportunity cost to what it could have been if you had invested in, let's say, your own business. Generally speaking, we're talking about opportunity cost as in what you could have gotten, say, a higher return based on taking more risk. So that's why I kind of led up to that. Like generally speaking, you're taking more risk by having bonds versus cash. You're taking more risk by having stocks versus bonds. You might be taking on more risk by investing in one single property rather than the entire US stock market. You might be taking on more risk by investing in your own business rather than that rental property. So in each of those examples, you could be giving up opportunity cost. You made a decision based on what you thought was best for your money at that time. But everything else that you gave up, every choice that you didn't make, that was your opportunity cost. And this is what you need to apply when you're trying to think in the F.I.R.E mindset. When you're thinking about financial independence, you need to think about opportunity cost almost all the time. Because some things have really low opportunity costs and some things have really high opportunity costs. One thing that has like super low opportunity cost is hitting the like button on this video. If you're enjoying the video so far, please hit the like button on this video. It really does help me out and I really do appreciate that. And as I said, there is pretty much no opportunity cost by you just tapping that like button. But getting back to the F.I.R.E mindset. F.I.R.E mindset, it's really important to have opportunity cost in mind. And usually what we're talking about is what could your money have been if you had invested it instead? This is often brought up when you're making a purchase. So let's say you're making a large purchase. You can decide to buy a new car for $30,000 or you could just keep that money invested. How much opportunity cost are you giving up by instead choosing to purchase that, that consumer purchase, choosing to spend that money on a car rather than having it invested? And the thing that's scary about it is that it could be quite a lot of money down the line. In many, many years after compound interest has done its work, opportunity cost can be very, very high. A decision that you make today, it could be worth many, many times more over in the future. Let me actually give you a really concrete example of that. So compound interest, you should always be playing around with compound interest calculators, but here's a really good one for you. You ever heard that $5 a day can make you a millionaire kind of thing? Well, it is kind of true. In theory, with compound interest, $5 a day can definitely make you a millionaire. So for example, if you invest $5 per day and you're able to earn an 8% average annual return on investment over a 50-year time period, so that is a long time, but $5 a day, that's what most people spend on their morning coffee, or there's some small expense that they spend that $5 a day on. But instead, if they were to invest that for 50 years throughout their entire lifetime, they would have approximately $2 million on just $5 per day. That's the power of compound interest. Even by spending a small amount, there's a lot of opportunity cost that comes along with that $5 per day. And just think about that in terms of much larger expenses that you have in your life. There's lots of opportunity costs that you're giving up every time you spend a large amount of money, especially if it's frivolously and it doesn't add any value to your life. And that brings me to the next point, is that opportunity cost is not just about money, especially when we're talking about financial independence. If you want to achieve financial independence and you want to retire early, you need to be thinking about opportunity cost, not just in terms of money, but in terms of your time, because your time is the most valuable asset that you have. Your time is much more valuable and much more important than money is. That's why you need to treat it with the same respect, and actually probably more when it comes to opportunity cost. Every time you decide to do something with your time, you are giving up so many other things that you could have been doing with that valuable, finite resource of time that you have. And this is a really big reason why you should try to design your life around not wasting time. Now, what you define as wasting time is going to be, different for you and for what we consider to be wasted time. But you want to be doing the things that are going to be making you happy. You want to be doing the things that are going to make you more fulfilled. And that's what you want to be spending your time on, because it's so precious, it's so finite. Whereas money, on the other hand, is technically finite, but there's a lot more money in circulation. So in theory, as us as individuals, money is pretty much infinite compared to our time. So our time is a much more precious resource. We should treat the opportunity cost of our time at least the same as we do with our money, probably even way more. And now really quickly, I just want to share a few examples, a little bit more personal examples with you, how I'm trying to master my opportunity cost in my own life. So I'm trying to value some things over others by valuing my time. And so one example I have for you is that I've been spending more of my money on travel and experiences rather than on physical items and on physical stuff. So that's something that's really important to me. So I'm willing to spend more money on travel and more experiences over things like physical items. And another example that I have in my life is that even though I really enjoy making these videos and trying to help other people achieve financial independence, I try not to let on cash flow, I try not to let this business take over my life completely. So many people let their business or let their work take over every waking minute of their day, even if they're not physically there. Before you watch this video, did you already think in terms of opportunity cost? Do you have that in the back of your mind every time you make a decision, that you are giving up so many other things by making that decision? Especially when it comes to your money, and even more especially when it comes to your time. Please let me know in the comments below what you think about opportunity cost. Do you agree with the premise you should be a lot more fearful of opportunity cost than you should of debt? Please let me know in the comments below. And after you've done that, I have another video that is really important to you that kind of illustrates why financial independence is so important. So it's called 7 Reasons Why You Should Retire Early. So if you haven't watched that video already, make sure you watch that video. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Zach from OnCashflow.com, and I hope to see you next time.